6th generation now, so I'm able to do what I'm able to do now is just because my grandfather and great-grandfather didn't mop everything off and cut everything off. So we're managing the woodland. We have a small sawmill there. I applied, or actually I had help writing the grant for a small grant for a dehumidification kiln. And we looked at the whole value chain from tree to log, milling the lumber, drying the lumber, and then handing it over to the experts to make furniture. And in our chain, if you will, the drying component of that was missing. Caledonia Kiln in St. Johnsbury closed. It's not, I don't see that reopening. There's a void there. I think there's a void throughout the state for drying quality lumber. And so that was our goal. We received the grant of $12,000, and my matching was $3. We'll easily put in 15 building, getting the final touches put on the building and so forth for the kiln. I guess this whole process has really opened my scope, and I honestly feel like everyone gets it here. The governor gets it. Commissioner Snyder and Secretary Ross, you guys. It seems like we're all on the same team here, and it feels good, quite frankly. A lot to do, certainly, from my perspective, from where I sit. But one thing that we're trying to do at Currier Forest Products is try to connect the chain between managing our own property and showing that you can add value and make a living on a relatively small farm, roughly 500 acres of cropland and forest land. We also cut hay and sell hay in the summer and have small maple sugar operation. But the forest products component actually, that pays the bills. So we're excited. I think we've got a lot to do. This last summer went to, my son and I, we took a trip to Sweden to a forest products show over there. It's called Elmia Wood. It's the mother of all forest product shows, and the Scandinavians in particular are roughly 30 years ahead of us in terms of managing woodland. They don't have oil, obviously. They manage their woodland. The government has backed them, and the main reason for my son and I to go over was to obviously look at new iron, but they have their approach over there. They have equipment that can be used on a 50 horsepower tractor right on up through to some standalone pieces of equipment that could be used here in Vermont to further strengthen this chain of log to final form, if you will. So we're looking real closely at that, and we've got skin in the game, and I think we're going to somehow make an investment in upgrading our equipment. By getting this grant for the kiln, it's kind of opened my scope, and I said we're going to move ahead on this, and that's, I guess, maybe one link in this value chain that needs.
That little grant got you really going, thinking much broader and bigger.
Yeah, I think pushed us over the edge, if you will.